It's like there's two fans.
It's the same one. Hey, look. Whoa. Hello.
What the hell? Right in my eye.
It looks like we're kind of looking at each other.
It does. That is, well, I mean, we are.
No, we're not.
Okay, well, I am.
I mean, I'm looking at you here.
I'm looking at you.
I'm looking at you right there.
I'm looking at you, looking at me, looking at you.
I'm looking at you right over there. Right there. Let's shake hands. Oh, it's digital fake magic.
And shenanigans ensued.
Yay! Oh, you want to see shenanigans? I got shenanigans.
Oh, Chris has shenanigans. I'm afraid. As he reaches in and pulls out a bag of...
No! And it won't fire! No!
Bang!
No! God! There we go! Finally.
And he missed. I just want to point that out for the record. He missed. Remember that game? Missed?
Never played it. But yes, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. It was stupid. I cheated.
It was stupid. I cheated. All right. You want to get things rolling? We're get almost 2 minutes late.
Hey, I was here on time this time.
Hey, you were.
That's right. That's why you came out of the house all confused. You're like, who's in my driveway on time? What the hell?
No, I saw the lights.
Okay. No one shows up when they're supposed to.
We can't handle the podcast being on that magnitude. All right. So. We ready?
I'm ready to roll.
All right. Let me actually scroll up on the top of my notes. All right. So we will start in 3, 2, 1, and we're off.
There is nothing wrong with your music player. Everything you hear is being carried out as we intend. We control the treble and the bass. The imaginative processes between your ears are now under our influence. Do not attempt to adjust this podcast. You're listening to Relative Dimensions.
Hello out there, everyone. Welcome. It's episode number 2 of Relative Dimensions. This is your Sunday night Geek Talk radio show. My name is Chris Renshaw. I am one of your main hosts. And over there in the corner, it's Philip. What's going on, Philip?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Philip. I'm another one of your main hosts.
Yeah. And as you'll notice, or excuse me, those of you that are watching video, why aren't you watching video? We're streaming like awesome video. Thanks to Philip's cousin over there. Let me get it on the door. Philip's cousin was so handy to get us donate us a code for Wirecast, the video broadcasting, streaming, recording studio thingy. And I can make so much better video now. It's awesome. It's so awesome that it sucks when you look at Philip's camera. Let me look here. Philip's camera, my camera.
It's like a
HD webcam.
Okay. I was like,
on my Mac webcam. So that is
a backhanded compliment there, boss.
What?
It sucks when you look at Philip's camera. You're like, oh.
No, just for you audio listeners out there, my camera is just the eyesight on my Mac, whereas Philip's is a nice Logitech HD that I only have one of. So I'm gonna work on getting me another
Hey,
one of
if
those.
you guys are in the mind to donate.
No, tax time's coming.
That's right. That's
So
right.
I already filed my taxes.
Yeah.
I did it online this time myself.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, instead of paying H&R Block like $50 or like $80 or whatever, did it myself for like 15.
Hey, there you go.
So, Philip.
So, Chris,
What's going on?
not a whole lot's going on. We what went on this week?
CES.
CES went on this week. I didn't really watch a lot of it.
I saw some coverage.
Saw some coverage.
Yeah.
I tried to. I don't get G4 anymore, so
Oh,
I can't watch like.
I
their
was
live
watching
coverage.
podcasts.
You
That's
were-
how.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Because I don't have cable. Speaking of which, free cable update.
Free cable update.
Okay, so this morning we wake up because we've kind of both decided that we have to become Baltimore Ravens fans as far as football because of the local teams around here. Ashley hates the Redskins, and the team she likes is the Cowboys, and I hate the Cowboys. So we've decided that we have to pretty much like the Baltimore Ravens so that we don't kill each other.
Okay.
Um,
I'm. My renown with you is neutral. Hers is.
But they played today against the Houston Texans, and I was like, wouldn't it be great if we could watch that on the projector? But projector does not have the tuner to convert digital. It doesn't even have a coaxial jack.
Oh.
And we tried a couple different things. Like we tried getting Ash's VCR and hooking the VCR into it.
Okay.
That didn't work because it doesn't go high enough. It was an old VCR and it doesn't go high enough to reach the digital channels.
Gotcha.
So we was like, Ash was like, what about the digital converter boxes that you get for the converting like the analog antennas to the digital signal, whatever.
Yeah.
So we went and bought one of those. Turns out that's a completely different format, and it didn't pick up those channels. So finally, I went and got
Did you return it?
for store credit.
Okay.
But
Well,
I used that I actually exchanged it for a TV tuner to plug in. And at first I was like, I need a computer to plug it in, though, because it doesn't hook into the Mac.
Mm-hmm.
My other computer's been doing a bunch of blue screening, so I didn't want to do that.
Gotcha.
So I was like, hey, we got Chloe's laptop that she never uses that much. So it's sitting up in there, and I was getting it all set up. But then trying to wire cable to it, and there was like a couple cables not working, and by the time I got it all figured out and I got TV on there and on the projector, the game was over.
Okay, yeah.
I was like, oh. But I was like, Super Bowl! It's on there now.
There you go.
I got it for Super Bowl. So we're going to have an awesome Super Bowl. What time does Super Bowl typically start?
You got like pre-game stuff pretty much all day.
Well, I know, but I'm like the actual game. Because I think it's going to interfere with the show.
You're looking at like 7 p.m.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
So we may either have to do an earlier show or maybe bump it a day. Who knows? We're going to be hanging out here and doing a bunch of stuff. So
That's right.
who knows? Maybe a halftime. Because we don't want to see Madonna.
Yeah. I mean, everyone was talking about the whole Madonna thing, and they were like, "Oh, we didn't want to see Nickelback because Nickelback sucks." And it's like, well, okay, let's on these scales of life, let's put Madonna and Nickelback, and I mean, they suck equally, in my opinion.
Yeah, I totally know what you're talking about. I think I'd actually prefer Nickelback
Yeah,
if I had to watch the two of them.
because there's guys playing instruments, and that's a band.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I've been going on. I'm trying to get it, configuring it a little bit more because I got it configured with the software with it. Now I'm trying to get it configured with Windows Media Center so I can use it in other ways.
Gotcha.
But now I have a DVR
Cool.
because it'll record stuff too.
So Chloe just can't have her computer back at all, can she?
Well, she hardly ever uses it.
Okay.
But even so, it's not that hard to just kind of go pull it out
Yeah, there
and
you go.
then here you go.
She can play WoW. Hey.
Yeah. Speaking of which, that's what I've been playing a lot of.
You playing a lot of WoW?
Yeah. I got I have a third character now above level 80.
Oh, cool.
Highest level being 85. But we'll probably. Well, I'll get it. We can get into talking about that more, kind of. But actually, I'm going to talk a little bit about it here.
Okay.
This character is actually the first character I made when I started WoW back in like 05.
Mm-hmm.
It was a priest, and I played it, got it up to like level 70, or got it to level 60. Then the expansion first one came out, got it to 70. Then I quit playing. When I started back playing in Lich King, where you could go to 80. I was kind of tired of playing a priest at that point, so I only got it to like 77-ish. But now I went back and got it all the way up. It's like 81 now. Okay. And I'm like, hey, Ashley, I'm going to have my third 85, and you don't even have one yet. She's like, I hate you. Oh, I forgot to say what this podcast is being brought to you by. It's being brought to you by flavored sugar water, otherwise known as the champagne of the South. And that would be sweet tea. And
the nectar of the gods. What are you talking about?
Yes, that too. And fried potato flakes with artificial sugar and flavor.
Awesome.
In Southern barbecue, or Carolina barbecue, otherwise known as potato chips. I actually have not tried one of these yet.
Oh, you haven't?
It's like half the bags.
The bag's open.
The bag's open, half the bag's gone. Well, I brought them to hanging out with you guys last night.
Oh, gotcha.
Like half the bag's gone. I never even tried them. So what is Southern barbecue? Hold on. Live taste test.
Live taste test.
That's kind of good. I definitely see the tangy in it. You want to try?
Yeah, let's try some of these. Got a decent size.
Kind of weird.
Ketchup.
Really?
That's the flavor I'm getting is ketchup.
But there's a little bit of spice.
A little bit of spice in there.
I just got potato chip on my mic.
That could be fun.
Yeah. Trying to get it off without sitting here doing this, which I'm doing anyway.
What IRC client are you using?
This is one for Mac called Lime Chat. I think there's one called like KIRC or something like that.
MIRC?
Well, there's that, but I think you have to pay for that.
Yeah, after 30 days. So I need to look up KIRC?
Something like that.
Okay. Well, for some reason, I can't see the chat room on my screen.
It's awesome.
Retarded.
It's okay. They're talking bad about you.
Oh, well, you know what?
Speaking of which, remember we are broadcasting live. I know right now it's not more interesting, but we'll spice things up here in a sec. We are streaming live.
Oh.
No,
oh,
none of that.
Spice it up, brother. I'm just saying.
Not the kind of spice we're looking for.
All right.
And
that's going to be at our late night show at 11 p.m.
That's the Relative Dimensions After Dark. So, ocdcast.com/lives where you can go. We got the video. We got the chat room. You can hang out. You can talk. It's awesome. If I do say so myself. All right. So, Philip, anything else big this week?
I mean, now that you have cable and everything, there's a whole bunch of shows that are premiering again.
Yeah. Oh, I guess we can talk about Terra Nova. Well, no, I haven't seen it, but Ashley's now like, we should watch it.
Yes.
Because she apparently last night saw some clips of it, and she's like, I don't hate it. I still need to watch more, but...
It's an amazing show.
But
I love Terra Nova.
But I got mad because she was like, it's better than that Stargate stuff. I was like, you shut your mouth right there.
It's blasphemy.
I know, right?
We're going to take her out back and... This is a clean cast. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Not clean, just not explicit.
That's
We're
right.
going for neutral.
We're neutral. Are we PG-13? Can we drop one F-bomb?
Yes.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
Fart. Fart all y'all fart heads.
Fart. So, yeah, which I was like, you shut up. And she's like, you like time travel and all that. And that's why you like Stargate. I'm like, I don't care. Don't talk bad about my Stargate. And then she's like, yeah, but I like Terra Nova because it's got dinosaurs. I was like, oh, jeez. So now we're trying to figure out how we can get caught up, because we've missed like half the season.
Oh no, the season's already over.
Why not? I mean, the season's over, but we can see like the last 7 episodes or whatever online.
Oh, okay, you can't. Oh,
But we can't go any further back,
Oh,
so
they're
we
not
can't see
getting
the very
first-
beginning.
Oh man, that sucks.
So we gotta find some way of getting the first couple. That may just me buying them on iTunes.
Yeah, I mean that's.
Yeah.
It's not a bad show. I thoroughly enjoy it. I mean, it's one of those shows where everyone saw the commercials and everything, and they're like, "Oh, it's everyone fighting the dinosaurs." No, no, that's not what it is. The dinosaurs are not the bad guy. The dinosaurs are like the lava in some levels of Mario. It was just an environmental hazard. You had to avoid it.
So what's the show about? What's the show about then?
The start of the show is the year is 2149, and we have royally screwed up the planet. I mean, all the recycling and plans that they're thinking about now, yeah, we just threw them out the window, and we have strip mined and screwed up the atmosphere and all that stuff. Scientists discover a portal in time.
Did they make it or?
No, I think they just discovered it. But they found a way to harness it and to lock it into a location. And then we're sending people. See, the thing I don't know is if this is like past Earth, like the actual in the same dimension, or if it's just past Earth, maybe like the next dimension over.
Oh.
So.
Yeah, because otherwise, wouldn't you just be screwing yourself up? The whole butterfly effect.
That's what I'm thinking. So we're sending people back. We're sending them back in time to Earth, and they are starting over. They're using all the awesome technology we have in 2149 that doesn't screw up the planet. We've brought that back with us. I mean, there's electric vehicles, like perfect electric vehicles. There's no power loss and all that type of stuff, and everything works perfectly. And they're farming and they're cultivating the land and avoiding the dinosaurs and trying to start over. And
not screw up the planet. So wait, is it just like they've got all this technology now, but it doesn't matter because we just screwed it up so much?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So now we're going to where we can just completely start over and bam, we know what not to do and we won't do it here.
Or so we say.
So we say.
Okay. Any other new shows? This Bang's back.
Big Bang's back? Oh,
yeah.
Cool.
I noticed because I got an email because I bought the season pass. So I get the email this Thursday or whatever, or Friday when I wake up. It's like, you've got an episode waiting for you. And I'm like, yes, Ashley, we've got episodes of stuff to watch. Like, yeah, that's my Keanu Reeves impression.
Let's go to the place.
Like, whoa. So yeah.
Okay, so how do I connect into the IRC server?
I'll type it in here real quick. I should probably have that open, shouldn't I? Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah, that would be nice. I'm trying to.
Or I could just say it so that if anybody else has any of the third-party IRC chat rooms and you want to do it, it's irc.thinstack.net, and whatever the default port number should be, it's like 6667 or something like that. That should be fine.
Okay.
And then when you get in there, if it asks for a default channel, you want it's either #OCDcast or just OCDcast. I don't know whichever one it.
Hashtag.
Yeah.
Okay.
#hashtag. Same thing.
I've been hearing like everything is using Twitter speak now, so it's always like hashtag. And it's like, really? Okay.
I just waiting for telephone when it's like, please enter your 4-digit PIN and the hashtag. Then I'll be like, oh, we failed. So, I don't think we have any big news. We're actually gonna have segments now, sort of. The next part is where we talk about any big news, but there's not really. I didn't do enough prep work to find any big news, but here I'll play with the sound clip. I'm reusing this sound clip.
Gotcha.
How about some current events?
That's awesome. So, next we'll move into a nice little thing that I'd like to do. It's called Look What I Found. And just something I found stumbling around on the internet that, or most of the time it's going to be an app. Sometimes it might just be a goofy website. You never know. All right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and the one I'm using this time, it's a Mobiola webcam. And what it is, see, I got my nice little iPhone 4 here. I can use this iPhone 4 because it's got nice cameras on here. I can use this as a wireless webcam.
Are you gonna do that right now?
Huh?
Are you gonna do that right now?
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
hey.
well, that's the screen, but
Okay.
no one else can see that.
Oh.
Let's say, where did I do it? Oh, here we go.
Yep, that's my face.
Yeah, there we go. And see, I can take the. Oh, look! Oh, it's the ceiling. Oh, it's my face. Whoa! And let's give you a nice little visual 360 of the studio here. I wish I could freeze frame that. That would be great.
What? What happened?
So, see, nice. And I apologize for all you audio listeners who can't see it, but basically, what it is, it's just I can load up the app. The app is $2.99, I think it was.
Cool.
And here, I'm gonna flip off of this. Let's go back to there. The app's $2.99. The computer software is free. I believe it's PC and Mac. I don't know if it's Android, but I think it is. I'm using the iOS version, obviously, because I got iPhone. But I think it's an Android. You download the software onto your computer. As long as we're on the same Wi-Fi network, it will connect.
Very nice.
I think it'll even bring in audio. I can't do that here because of just the way I have it set up and the way it's routed through Mixer. I couldn't do it, but I could. Like if I could just like run outside and give you a report from the field, which I thought about doing, but then I was like, oh, but this stuff would play through, and it'd just be weird. I mean, I know, I have ways of doing it. I have ways of setting it up, but it would be kind of a pain.
I'm telling you, what we need those glasses with the camera right there, man.
Yeah. Well, I could just duct tape this to
to your face.
So just walk around like, hey, how's it going? How's it going? Hey, guys. Which, by the way, I found a nice little trick for when you get up in the morning and you can't find your glasses, but you can find your phone. Pull up the phone and pull up the camera, and just like if you're nearsighted like I am, you can hold it up to your face, and I'm serious. Like it's actually very clear. Like I could walk around like this all day and totally see what's going on. Just be like, "What's up, guys?" Somebody calls you like, "Ow, my face hurts." So there you go. That's what I found. I found that. So Philip, in the future, if you find anything,
I should look for stuff
if you want.
if I want.
It could be websites. It could be a gadget. It could be
A little gizmo.
anything really.
Oh, well,
Just
I
something
mean,
small.
I know I've given. Yeah. On that note.
All right. At this point, I'd like to tell people about something special that we are on. We are on Stitcher Radio.
Oh, cool.
And
What's Stitcher
you're
Radio?
probably like, Stitcher Radio, what is that?
What is that, Chris?
You have a smartphone.
Sure I do.
Well, it probably won't work on your
It
smartphone.
won't work.
Well, let's say you had like the Windows Phone 7.
All right, let's.
Let's say, or you had an Android, or you had an iPod, or iPhone. Okay. You ever listen to Pandora?
I do not.
Okay, but you know what Pandora is.
I'm aware of Pandora.
It's like that, but for podcasts. Where it's not random, but you can just kind of tell it what kind of podcast you want to listen to, and it streams it right to your phone.
Okay, cool.
Or you could search for specific podcasts,
All right. I was gonna
like
ask
our show.
that. Hey.
So you can listen to it while you're on the go. It's called Stitcher Smart Radio. It's a free app. Whatever marketplace, they're on like everything, I think.
Oh, cool.
Only because your phone's like old Windows phone.
Yeah, I've got Windows 6.5 on my phone. I don't have
So you're probably not on there, but who knows? It's basically, it's got news shows, talk shows. A lot of podcasters are moving on to it. You don't download anything other than the app. You don't download anything to your phone, so you don't have to worry about if you losing space for storage space. There we go. That's what I was looking for. And you can stream it right across the air. It's quick and easy. You could just search for it in the App Store and find it. Just takes a few minutes. It's free to download. All right, here's the kicker, though.
Okay.
You can find it on there when you register. Use there'll be a box it'll ask you for a promo code. Promo code. It says optional though.
Okay.
But what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to throw in relative D in there, and by doing so, you will automatically get entered to win, or entered into a contest to win a $100 cash card.
Nice.
They do a drawing like every month, and you have a potential of doing it. And then when you do it, I think when you use that promo code, it automatically adds our station
into like your favorites.
into your favorites. But if not, all you gotta do is search Relative Dimensions. It's on there. And the latest episode of the show will be waiting for you in your favorites.
Yeah.
And you can get access to all these other shows, always available to you. So you got to make sure you use that promo code Relative D, so it'll look like Relatived, all one word when you sign up and register. So you can either go to that, or you can. It's also Stitcher.com/RelativeD if you want to get to your browser, and it has links from there. So yeah, you should do it. And of course, I mean, just to be honest, we get a little bit of a kickback for people that sign up, but it just helps us.
Helps us help you.
Helps us help you. Help me help you. Okay, so with that, we're gonna move into our quote unquote main topic. And hey, I actually have a bumper for this too.
Oh, you do? Oh, here we go.
And now what you've been waiting for, the main event.
I just like to give props to John Steinklauber on Twitter. Is at Jay Steinklauber. He's the one to help me out with all this voice work. Really awesome guy. So he had a website. It was like jsteinklauber.com, but something happened. I don't think it's on there now. I think it got like virused. So, but follow him on Twitter. Talk with him. Be like, hey, I need some voiceovers, and he'll be like, okay. But we got a main topic, and that's this week. It was kind of inspired by all my WoW and other playing this week, and that is kind of the idea of gaming time and splitting your gaming between what games, and kind of more specifically, or kind of an offshoot of this, is like, how do you choose what MMO to spend like your time and money on? Like what games and what MMOs? How do you decide to choose what MMO to play? Like I'll kind of where I'm going with this. I'll kind of lead you down where I came up with this from, and that's I've been playing a lot of WoW this week. And I mean I've been coming back to WoW always, but that's because I'm paying for WoW. I agreed to pay for WoW so I could get the free Diablo. I tried playing DCO sometimes this week, but I was having trouble on the computer. I tried playing. We played DCU online for a little while. That was fun. Tried playing Star Trek, but this computer kept blue screening.
Yeah,
And I loaded it up, installed it on Chloe's laptop, which is kind of what I've been using. That's the only thing that'll play DC right now. Mm-hmm. But the graphics were so bad on it. It just, I just like.
You get tired of it, yeah.
It doesn't, and I load it up, and it just doesn't really hold my interest. So then I just jump back and WoW, because even on like Chloe's laptop or that I can play on my Mac, It just looks so beautiful. It's comforting. It's, everything. DCUO and Star Trek have their faults, but they get forgiven a little bit because I like the properties, all right?
Yeah.
WoW is just awesome, all right? It kind of set the bar for a reason, and it's just doing things right. It's made all the mistakes other MMOs are, and it continues to make some, but it's just redone them and just revised on them. So now it's just a wonderful game. Like, I really wish you guys would get into it, because we could have so much fun on that game.
Yeah.
Especially, like, I know, like, some of our friends, like, but I have to pay money. But you pay money for, like, several MMOs.
I pay money for one. Okay, scratch that. I pay for 2 now.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm about to only have to pay for 1 because Star Trek's going free to play in 2 days.
Yeah, but it's already free to play for you.
What?
Any existing captains can get in free to play.
Yeah.
So
like, I've stopped paying. Boom.
Oh, gotcha.
I'm paying for 1 MMO.
Gotcha.
But I might stop paying for that too.
And you should play WoW.
I mean, I look at WoW and it's like, yeah, I could start to play that. It's just
what?
I don't know. It was my initial aversion to RPG games. Like when Warcraft and Warcraft 2 came out, those were amazing.
Okay.
Top-down RTSs, yes, I love those games. And then Warcraft 3 came out, I just didn't even look at it. It was I want to say it started out like the game it was a Lucasfilm game or a LucasArts studio game.
So a Star Wars game?
No, it wasn't a Star Wars game. It was there was the word monkey in the title. Something about Monkey Island. Curse of Monkey Island. It was really crappy, like 8-bit. It was like 8-bit graphics computer game.
All right, I have
really
no
weird.
idea.
I don't need, but like there was. It just looked like there were these weird panels, and you were always walking off the screen, walking onto new panels, and some type of weird stuff. I don't know. Somehow, when I first saw it, I didn't want to play it because there wasn't like the RTS type feel to it.
So we just got to get you hooked, all right? It's free to play up to level 20. We just got to get you going on there. Plus, if I link up my account, we get like 300% experience until you get to like level 80.
Ah, okay.
That helps you get through that whole like 80 previous levels. But there's like the other big deal, like the other big reason why I don't like some of those other MMOs is if you guys aren't on, there's like nobody I know on.
Yeah. And
it's hard playing those games by myself. Not just that, like especially like DC, there's not hardly a lot of anybody. I mean, there's enough that it's kind of cool, but like I've got like one of the big drawbacks for me that's one of the big drawbacks for me is that I'm stuck at 25 because all my quests are too hard. Like I'm too like kind of the dungeon levels.
Okay. The
dungeon quests. I can do the dungeon, but I get to the final boss and I die. I keep trying it and I keep dying. And if you guys aren't on, or you're also a little bit behind me on that one.
I actually before we went over to Jason's, I did the whole Poison Ivy mission. Popped me up to level 20.
Nice.
So like I am 5 levels behind you.
Nice.
What's Jason at? Isn't he like 28 or something ridiculous?
I don't know. He was at like 22, but that was a while ago.
Okay, yeah.
So if you guys are on, then I don't know. I don't know enough people to be like, hey, come play or help me with this quest. Yeah. And I try leveling using some of the alerts, but I get in the queue and nothing ever happens because
the time keeps getting longer on the queue. And
right.
Like,
so it's one of those like it's one of those. I'm losing my mind.
It happens.
It would be awesome if there was more people to play. And Doxson pointed out in the chat room about Frog Pants, and I am a part of that community. That's the Scott Johnson. He's one of my favorite podcasters.
Okay.
Does the Frog Pants Network, and conversely AIE. In fact, AIE heads up to all those people out there in the that guild. It's such an awesome guild. It's one of the big reasons now, going back to that, it's probably the biggest reason other than my fiance Ashley why I'm still enjoying WoW so much. Because no matter what time of day it is, there's always like at least 100 people on.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And it doesn't matter what level I am, I can be like, hey, I want to go do X instance, and I can at least get one person, and then it makes the queues a little bit easier. And even then, the queuing system in WoW is so much better because you got hundreds more people playing that it's not as bad, especially because I've been leveling a healer.
Okay.
So I get like instant queues because healers are really rare. Yeah, exactly. So it's like I hit it, Dungeon Finder, boom, da-da.
You're in and you're fighting. I mean,
Yeah, it's some funny. Sometimes it's like literally as I hit enter queue, it pops up. So, yeah. So that's kind of the reasons why like I prefer WoW over some of those other games.
Yeah.
I enjoy the community, and that's where I was like, and I'm like, I need to get you guys into this.
I need to. I need a better gaming rig.
But see, that's the other deal, is that WoW's engine is so well designed, it would run on your crappy computer. Like, the graphics would not be as good.
Don't make fun of my crappy computer.
I didn't make fun of it. I just
called it a crappy.
I made it. I was not making fun. It was just an adjective.
It's my crappy computer.
Okay. Only you get to talk about
Only
it.
I get to talk horrible about it.
Your old computer.
With new parts.
Your older, there we go, older computer,
That's right.
It will still run somewhat decently.
I can play a mean game of solitaire.
You could just crank the settings down. And hey, WoW would still work on this computer. Let's just put it that way.
Oh, cool.
So there you go.
Now you kept saying this computer kept blue screening on Star Trek. When would it blue screen?
I think there's a part going bad in it, and I just need to figure out which part. Like, it's not anything consistent.
Gotcha.
It's just kind of random. So, it could be the power supply is going bad. It could be... There's a lot of things. Tomorrow I may sit down and do... I have not had a chance to do some serious sit-down analyzing. And I know it's not really a driver thing because I just... maybe like a month or two ago, booted it, or just wiped it clean and put new stuff on it. So... It's got all the recent updates and drivers and all that stuff.
So it should be good to go, yeah.
It should be on that front. That's why I think it's an older computer. It's like 7 or 8 years old. There's bound to be something in there that's dying.
Oh, yeah.
Probably not. I can narrow it down somewhat because, like, it's not using... there's an older hard drive in it, but I bought a newer hard drive and stuck that in there. The older hard drive's just kind of like storage. So,
Oh, yeah.
I can figure it out. But so,
because I was saying, like, with Star Trek, I feel if you could be able to play it even at like a decent graphics setting, if like your computer just wouldn't blue screen, you'd be able to play it. Because that's what I do every day. Every day I log in, I do some duty officer missions. I send them. I collect some of their rewards. I'll log into DC and I'll run to the vault. Like, I can do that daily. And like, so there's times when I'm online, it's just I feel that because like you're a younger player in the game. Your captain's only a lieutenant still.
It's like I'm like level 8.
Yeah, you're still a lieutenant.
That's the other part I hate about these games is like DC helped out with this.
Yeah.
But Star Trek is a big problem of you don't get any of the cool stuff till you've played the game forever.
Yeah.
DC at least you got some of like flying and some of that you got cool stuff at the get-go.
Yeah. Really just like with my admiral and my awesome ship.
Right.
I could just like connect with your character and dumb my character down.
Right.
But I'd still have all my stuff and just fly in and help you out.
Right. So it would probably be good in that kind of sense for, like I said, when it's just I'm kind of bored of everything else. Friends around, we want something to do. Like everybody's got their laptop set. I was like, hey, let's just all blow stuff up.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a blast. door.
uh,
Still, that is, in my opinion, that is one of the all-time best episodes of Stargate SG-1.
yeah.
I just
Which one was that?
that was
It was like season 8, I think.
season 8. Replicators were taking over the compound.
Right.
Started
That was great. Season 8 of Stargate was very let down, except for the end.
Yep.
The ending of season 8, every episode was like on the edge of your seat.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh.
That was good. I mean, they found the weapon at Takara.
Yeah.
And
Because there's like the episode with the replicators, and then Anubis gets that weapon. So what's going on with that? And then there's the when the going back in time was,
yeah.
it was kind of weird, but at the same time, it was kind of like, we have to do this so that we can do this in Atlantis.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, but it was still at the same time, it was awesome. How do we get on this? Oh, Blast Door. Gotcha.
Blast door.
Yeah.
Blast door.
But yeah, it's just Star Trek's not a game I can just load up and play by myself, really.
Yeah.
Because I've tried. Because I was able to do a bunch of things before my computer kept blue screening.
Mhm.
So, but then it's like I go in and I'm just like, just don't feel like it. Exit.
Yeah, there's a lot of I got to that point when I reached Admiral, because there are missions where it tells you right in the mission description, you really need to have a team of 5 people to play this mission properly, and because no one's online, you don't really know anybody, so you can't do anything. I mean, get it like all the way up until Admiral. Oh, there's just one-person missions all over the place, and I loved playing those. Going in, you can repeat the missions. I found that I was so happy about that. There's one of the items you can get at the end of a mission is it's a Scorpion fighter's weapon. You saw Nemesis? The very last movie?
Yes.
Okay. The ship that Data and Picard flew out of.
Yes. Gotcha now.
You can launch those from
Nice.
your ship, and it gives you like 30 charges. And I used them all up, and I was like, "Oh, that sucks. I can't have them anymore, man. That was great because I'd have my ship, and I'd have these 3 little guys who are just firing. They're actually called micro torpedoes.
Nice.
That are just kind of nagging away at the guy, and like in WoW with the threat control.
Yeah.
Remember when I was in, like, I'd attack somebody, and then you'd attack, and then they'd ignore me.
Yeah.
Because you were, So it's like that kind of crap. Well, then I went, and it took me forever. Because I'm a vice admiral now. I was a rear admiral. I was a rear admiral upper half, so I'm almost a vice admiral. And I'm clicking through the buttons because I was bored, and I saw the option visit your bridge. And I'm like, okay, click on that. I can be inside my ship, and I can, like, decorate it and crap. I'm like, dude, this is awesome. I go into my ready room. Oh, yeah, access mission logs. Yeah, sure, let's see what I did. Replay mission. No. You mean, I get... So I scroll through, and I look, and bam, exact same rewards. I'm like, dude, this is awesome. I can go play the mission again.
Nice.
If I would have done this 40 levels ago.
Oh, gosh. Oh, man. What? That reminded me of something, and I was trying to remember. Oh, no. We were talking about Star Trek, but I also was thinking about, because there's also the Star Wars The Old Republic. And I want to play that game, but it's at the same time, that one's got another $15.
Yeah.
$60 to play for the game. And it's just like, I can't do it. I can't commit to it. I knew a lot of people, like I said, my AIE guild, because it's great because it's become kind of like this gaming community.
Okay.
Where there's a group in Eve, there's a group in the Rift, which you were asking me about, right?
I might have been.
I think the last episode we were asking. But they now have got a Tor. That's what the Old Republic
Okay.
Tor.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing lots of great stuff.
Because KOTOR was Knights of the...
Yeah. Actually, I've heard a lot of people call it Sweator. But, yeah, so I'm really kind of interested in that game, but can't commit to another MMO at this time. Especially because it's... Yeah. If it was free to play, probably.
Yeah, like a lot of the free-to-play stuff is great.
Yeah.
Now that Star Trek's free-to-play, I can I can save up. Because I was telling you yesterday, and you guys were kind of making faces at me. But I mean, I've already paid, in the entire year that I've been paying for it, I've paid $180 for the game.
Nice.
So I mean, I was like, I'm gonna save up the $300 and buy a lifetime subscription
To wait, which game?
to Star Trek.
Okay.
So pretty much what I'm doing is I'm buying 2 years worth of $15 monthly game times,
Yeah.
but then I'm gonna be able to play for the rest of however long the game stays online.
But what do you get enough now that it's going free to play? Are you actually getting enough from that?
Yes. What they've started to add is there's the Cryptic Store, which is how I bought my the Prometheus, the multi-vector
Right.
escort, and it gives you a monthly stipend of 400 Cryptic points.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so you can go in and buy stuff in the store. Now that they've started that duty officer stuff, a pack of duty officers costs 180 credits.
So you can buy more duty officers?
Yeah.
Can you have multiple duty officers going and doing stuff?
You can have up to 20 duty officer missions happening at the
Nice.
exact same time.
Nice.
And you started off with a roster of 100. For 580 points, you can buy an extra 100 duty officer slots, and your current total roster can be 500.
So wait, you can have 100 duty officers?
When you start off,
Right,
Like
but
if-
you can only have 20 missions?
yes. Well, I mean, because you're going to have different duty officers doing different things.
Oh, so more than one duty officer is doing a mission?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. You could. You have to assign. You have to first have the required amount of duty officers in the proper fields for the things.
Gotcha.
Another thing with the duty officers is they provide passive buffs to your
Okay.
character. You equip them, and like some tactical guys will give you a chance to. Like one of the abilities I like is when I'm on the ground. It's an ability. It's a tactical ability only for tactical captains. It's called Security Escort. You beam in 2 additional dudes who are just rocking around some phaser rifles. Well, one of your ground duty officer's abilities is he beams in a 3rd guy.
Nice.
You got a 20% chance every time you use the ability to have 3 guys beam down instead.
Cool.
And it's just a bunch of random stuff like that. I mean, you have a 20% chance to have your grenade timer drop by 2 seconds, or your torpedo recharge timer, and all that stuff. I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff they do, but it's like you're gonna need those 500 if you want to be doing a lot of stuff at the exact same time.
Okay. Well, I asked this question on Twitter
Okay.
and on Facebook. So, do you want to hear what other people were saying?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. Let's start with Twitter.
See what the crowds have done.
See, because you'll find a lot of what I've been saying, what you've been saying, you'll find it's a very common thing. Mr. X88 on Twitter, he mentioned that because I was asking like what determines what games / MMOs. The question I asked was like, hold on, I can actually
The actual question.
the actual question. How do you decide what games / MMOs to spend your time / money on? Okay. So on Twitter, Mr. X88, he said friends is the biggest part. So that
Okay.
kind of ties into what we were talking about. What games his friends are playing obviously determines what he's playing. And then one of my AIE friends, DesCTM, he's also one of the hosts for the Anecdotalist podcast you should check out. Whatever takes the least time to remember what he was working on. So I know he's big onto Minecraft right now.
Okay.
So it's just a kind of I guess it's for him. It's a simplicity. Where can he ease of getting back into gameplay, where he can kind of jump out and jump back in and remember
Okay.
where he was, what he was doing.
I got you.
So, and then let's see on Facebook, Mark, who was on
Was
the
in-
first
in
beta,
Yeah.
the first beta episode, but from the Ramble On podcast, he responded to me and he said, for co-op games, it depends on which of his friends or who of his friends are purchasing that game. However, a game with a great story always perks his interest, and who doesn't love a great story?
Yeah.
You know. So I could see that. For me, it's kind of the same thing. Like, everyone was telling me, you got to get Battlefield 3, you got to get Battlefield 3. I bought Modern Warfare 3. Well, I got Battlefield 3 also, but I didn't like it, A.
Okay.
And B, everyone I knew that I play regularly with was playing Modern Warfare 3. So I was playing Modern
Wait,
Warfare
so
3.
they were all telling you to buy
No,
Battlefield?
other
okay,
friends.
Other people, okay.
Like friends that I was not playing with as much. So it's like I could play every now and then with you with this game that I don't really like, or I could play like all the time with these people.
Right.
On a game I'm really enjoying, which I haven't even played that much recently.
Yeah.
It's just once you get past prestiging once, and then you're starting over and going it from scratch, it's like, eh.
Yeah, that's it. There should be a way to like turn off the gaining experience. You'd be like, hey, I have my weapon set the way I want it.
Well, you could just get to 80 and then just not level anymore. But then the game just kind of, there's no point. Because it's like, I'm not gaining any experience. I'm not really doing anything. I'm not unlocking stuff, really.
Now, what was the prestige stuff again?
The prestige stuff is once you get to level 80, you unlock prestige mode. And you get a nice little icon that shows people how much time you've been playing on this game. And it drops your level all the way back to 1. And gets rid of all your weapons, everything, just like if you had started the game fresh again. And you just build yourself back up.
Okay.
And it's, you know, it's prestige because you could show off how great you are at the game because there's people, because every time, because you can keep prestiging and starting over. And you also get prestige tokens, which you can use, like, I use the first prestige token I have to unlock the P90, which you normally don't get till like level 38, but I got it like at level 4.
Okay.
So you could do things like that.
So you can unlock the heavy stuff before.
Right, and now that I've unlocked it, I get it anytime I prestige. I keep that. I have that weapon.
Okay. Gotcha.
But I lose all the attachments and stuff I unlocked. I have to earn those again, but that's not too hard. I just got to once. If you like a gun and you're good with the gun, it's easy to get that stuff back. Yeah. The only part I don't like is the last paint job, which is the gold paint to get the golden guns.
Okay.
That takes forever to unlock. And that should stay with it, but it doesn't. That goes away too.
Now, the prestige tokens, does that work on attachments too?
I don't know.
Okay.
No, because it's per gun, I think.
Because I mean, my biggest thing, and you saw me every time I got the game, I was like, all right, let's get rid of this. Let's put a red dot sight and let's put a grenade launcher, and I'm done. And now I'm
but those things are like the first 2 things or so you unlock. So it's not that.
Them.
It's not hard. It's not hard to get those, even if you prestige.
I love them.
Yeah.
I love the basic stuff.
Give
me a grenade launcher, and I'm gonna camp in a corner, and I'm gonna fire it right up your ass, and it won't explode. That's the thing I find so amazing. Is like I shoot you in the face with a grenade, it doesn't explode. So it's like I should die in the blast too, but nope, I just keep running right past you.
Well, that's because like the grenade just takes my head off. Decapitation.
That should be something in the game. Like if you have an epic like one of the light machine guns, if you because those have an extremely rapid fire rate. You like saw a guy in half.
Wow. But yeah. So summary: I've not been playing Modern Warfare 3 because I've kind of done my thing in that. But it'll probably be one of those if I'm just kind of bored and I'm like, if other people are on or if someone's like, hey, I'm on, you want to play, I'll jump on and play, because my willing to play it by myself is gone. But if there's other people that are wanting to play, I'll do it. If you're over here, I'll play.
I mean, boom, that's what we do.
Yeah. Boom, headshot.
Let's have some drinks and kill each other.
All right. So seems like that's the very common friends thing.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's how a lot of games get. There are a lot of, I've noticed that there are more, because you don't hear anyone talk about the single player in Modern Warfare.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, did they even put a single player in the game? Everyone's running around just blasting each other online.
Some people do, though. I mean, there are people that do that. But for me, yeah, I buy Modern Warfare 3 for multiplayer. I buy a lot of games for multiplayer because sometimes it's just hard for me. Like, I don't buy a lot of RPGs. Like, I didn't buy Skyrim. Everyone was talking a lot about Skyrim. Like, our friend Anibal, that's all he talks about is Skyrim. But
if he could make love to Skyrim, he might.
But for me, I like playing with people. It's better for me to be playing with people. Doesn't even if I know them, great. If I don't care, as long as I'm playing and acting with people, because I'm a very kind of social person. Some people, they like the single player, the story. I mean, I will on occasion do that. Games that have co-op, it's really great for that. Like Halo being one.
Yeah.
Halo's great for doing this. So, I mean, and prime example, my brother is the complete opposite of me. He will play multiplayer games, but at the same time, he loves single-player storylines and stuff. He loves Skyrim. He unlocks like single-player modes in games and just plays right through them and do all that. But he will play the single players in games, the campaigns. Whereas for me, like I won't play the single player in Modern Warfare 3. I just don't see the point. If I'm gonna take the time to load up Modern Warfare 3, I'm gonna jump to the multiplayer and play with people.
Yeah.
You know.
See, the big problem I have with multiplayer stuff is that's like why in DCU, like I jumped straight into the PvE server. There was no question about it. I was like, there shouldn't even be a PvP server because I'm not going to click on it. Because I consider myself a gamer, but I am an extremely casual gamer. I mean, my computer rig, yeah, it'll play the games. I wish it was better.
Oh, you would be screwed in DC Online with your computer. It's like, oh, how did I die? And then you just see the streak like running away.
Yeah, I mean, for people who haven't heard me talk about this, my computer is so horrible that I have to fly into an area. I then have to hover above it for a good 10 minutes while the graphics and the internet catch up so that I can see the enemies on the ground. If I fly right in and then drop into the area, I'm going to die. I'm just going to see my hit points are going to go away, and my controller is going to keep vibrate that I'm getting hit, and I'm not going to know what's happened. So, I mean, until I can actually see the enemy in front of me, that's when I'll drop down and start fighting. And even then, I'll be punching, and I won't see their health dropping. And then 2 seconds later, they're dead. The 4 guys around them are dead, and I just gained a level. And I have no idea how that happened.
Well, yeah, my priest started out on a PvP server. That when I was playing back to WoW Talk, that was horrible because it was fun in some regards, but at the same time, because you always had to kind of watch your back. And it was great because at the time it was a night elf, so I could it had an ability where I could make myself invisible as long as I was standing still.
Okay.
Once I moved, it faded. But dang it, I lost my train of thought. Oh, but like there were some areas where you could just there were people like 60, which was the highest level at the time. They would just be
noob farming.
They would just go through this area, and sometimes it used to be a game because like I remember there was this one point in time where this one guy would always be on, and he would be always in the same area, and he would always be killing people in this because it was like a level 30s kind of area, and he would just be like sniping people out, and it always used to be a game because when you would hear about this, you would then switch over to your higher level character. And then get a bunch of your friends and go try and hunt him down. And try and hunt him down and then just, like, kill him.
So you try to pull South Park.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And it used to be great because before, WoW it has Battlegrounds now for PvP, where you can do awesome, like, there's Capture the Flag, there's, like, Battlefield kind of games where you have, like, nodes you have to hold.
Okay.
I love, there's a 40-on-40 all-out war called, I don't know if you may have saw me play this. It's called Alterac Valley, where the point is it's this big huge valley, You start on one end, the opposing team starts on the other end, and you both have NPC generals. All right. The goal is to kill the opposing general.
Okay.
But 40 on 40, and just everybody's just trying to rush to the map, and then and there's a bunch of bases with NPCs that you take that they give you get like bonuses if you take those bases.
Okay.
And then there's graveyards planted all along the way so that you're trying to snatch those graveyards so you can spawn closer to their generals, and at the same time you're trying to keep the opposing team from snatching your graveyards. So it's really like it's just straight up war.
Oh yeah.
But before they had any of that, there were other zones called. There was one place called South Shore where the Horde Town and the Alliance Town were really close to each other. So the spawn ports were really close to each other, and just everybody would just be like battling it up. Just no rules or anything. It's just because it was a PvP server. You would just everybody. If you wanted a PvP, you'd go to that town because there'd always be a fight.
Hey.
And that was kind of cool, but eventually they got into more formal PvP, which is great.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like rules.
Well, that's what they got.
Bit.
The formal PvP works now, but I really need to get you. We should start, from scratch. You played kind of like a level 30 one time when I was trying to have you help me out with something.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of weird because you're trying to what's going on? I don't really know what's going on. But if you started from scratch, and then if I showed you some of the stuff that you can do, like some of the dungeons are really cool because it's just developed really well. There's a lot of great storyline. Like the final boss in the Cataclysm set is this big, huge dragon that you have to fight. And I've heard that part of the battle is he's flying over the world and you're on his back fighting him.
Okay, that sounds cool.
Because he's massive.
Sweet.
So
I'd have to. My big thing is I don't have proper coordination with using mouse keyboard.
Okay.
As a format. That's why I loved it when
the gaming pad.
Yes, the Xbox controller with the Windows PC wireless receiver.
Yeah.
Boom. I love that.
It's kind of hard to do that for a while because there's so many abilities.
I look at your screen sometimes, and you got 12 little pop things open, and it's like,
I may not always use them all, but it's more of I don't want to flip through menus trying to find something. That's why it's the stuff on the numbered bar is stuff I'm always using, and then the further away from that is the stuff that I'm hardly ever using. But I want a shortcut to it. It's like having a bunch of icons on your desktop versus having to go through the start menu.
Yeah.
But, you should you might hold on.
Uh-oh. He's searching for something again. He's probably going to shoot me again.
You might like this. Check this out.
Oh.
It's a Logitech gamepad, but it's got a joystick on the side.
Okay.
So the way you have it set up on your left side, and it's even got a monitor that's configured some games WoW. So it'll bring up your stats and stuff up here on the screen.
Okay.
And I have this kind of as my strafing. I have the joystick as my strafe side to side.
You're forward and side.
Yeah.
No
forward.
No rotational.
No view rotational. And then I'll just have the keys up here, 2 keys as the quote unquote A and D, if you will.
Okay.
They turn side to side, and then these buttons are all the top row of buttons will be whatever I'm using the most. It's just keyed to 1 through 8 or 1 through 7 of other things.
I saw something like that on Attack of the Show, which I'm so mad that the cable company
don't have G4.
No, man, they have G4, but it's on one of the higher, more awesome premium channels. You
got to pay more money for?
Yeah, it's crap. But they have one where it was yours. The keys are there. Boom, you can't move those keys at all. This one was, they were basically it was a pad.
Oh, I think I was just talking about.
It kind of looked like this right here. There's just a pad, and then you could put the keys wherever you wanted. So if you had a bunch of, you could keep a group of 3 over here that were your awesome kick-ass stuff, and then have something down, like your emergency exit button was way down here, and like you could place it all over. It was almost like Jason's his mouse pad that he has.
Right.
Yeah.
I've seen stuff similar to that. But then, like, all these other keys are various shortcuts to things. Like they
all have an F on them, don't they?
G.
G's. G's.
Like I think I had one of these as auto run or mount up.
Okay.
One I think was like talking and vent.
Gotcha.
One of them was just a shift key because like when you loot stuff, if you hold the shift and you right click it, it automatically loots everything. So just having that shift key in there.
Now,
but you can do macros. You can sync macros to it because you can record. Like if you pull up the software, you can click a key and then press a bunch of keys on here, and it'll record all the clicks.
Gotcha.
So you can have like button combinations be programmed into all of these. So it's really kind of handy. I haven't used it in a while.
I'll have to actually look into because you've seen my room.
Yeah.
I have everything's wireless, so like I need like a desk type setup, and
right.
then I can start having cool stuff.
Cool stuff. By the way, Doxson says that Attack of the Show is on Hulu.
Attack of the Show's on Hulu. Is it live on Hulu?
Probably not.
Probably not.
But do you need to see it live?
I love it live.
Well, what's the difference?
It's live.
Is there any interactivity?
It's happening sometimes.
I know, but you're not getting it live anyways. Does it really matter?
I would like to interact with them on a live basis.
Okay, but seeing how you can't do that, this is like the next best thing.
It would be the next best.
Okay, let me put it in this way: would you rather A, watch it for free on Hulu, or B, pay more money to upgrade your cable each month to watch it live?
I don't know. I might get better internet service.
Depends on how you've got things set up. Like if you've got one of them all-in-one packages, maybe.
Yeah, we might be. I don't know what we're running. Because what are you running here? The 10. What did you call it?
We
10 up,
started.
1 down?
It started off as 10 down, 1 up.
Okay.
But they're increasing their speeds.
Oh.
I loved it because they fixed the prices and they just shifted everyone's speeds.
Gotcha.
But I think like at one, I was on. I was doing the speed test on my iPhone, which is hooked into Wi-Fi, and it was saying 15 down, 2 up.
Oh, cool.
But then of course that's limited to the Wi-Fi transfer speeds.
Right.
So.
You could have the best internet in the world, but if you're only running a 54 megabit G router.
Oh God. All right, I think we've had a nice long discussion about that.
We have.
Time to bring things back down.
Time to bring it in for the ladies. Not that there's any ladies in the chat room.
Yeah. So yeah, the pretty interesting discussion. And this is kind of like one of the things I'm going to do is just every now and then we'll have some kind of big topic kind of thing to talk about. And if so, I'll throw things out on Twitter, Facebook to get kind of your opinions. So if you want to be a part of that, you need to follow us on Twitter. Philip doesn't have his Twitter set up like he said he was going to.
I know. I've been slacking.
But to find the show, ocdcast.com. If you have any comments, any input that you'd like to say on this episode,
keep it to yourself.
You can comment at the bottom, and maybe we'll talk about it in the next episode, kind of any feedback, whatever you get. You can email us stuff at chris@ocdcast.com, and, any other comments or suggestions for other topics in the future, any kind of thing. Doesn't have to be restricted to gaming. Any kind of geeky subject that you think might be interesting to talk about. I mentioned Facebook and Twitter. Facebook.com/obsessive comics disorder, Twitter.com/ChrisTheProf. And I didn't mention this last week, but I would like to say that this music that you're hearing right now, I didn't make it. Obviously.
You didn't make that?
No, I didn't.
Dude, I thought you were...
I am not this talented. This is done by an awesome guy. His name's Eric Van Skyhawk. It's just the artist name, quote unquote, is Skyhawk. He let me use it, or I asked him if I could use it for my show. He said it was great. So in return, I'm giving him some props. You need to go on iTunes. The song's L3 on his album Function. Download the whole Function album. It's a bunch of great techno stuff. So I just wanted to give him. I forgot to give him props last week. I want to give him props again this week. So go download it on Function on iTunes. Artist Skyhawk again. But so thank you guys for listening. Thank you, Philip, for showing up again. And we'll see you in a week, 7 days, whatever 64 times or whatever 24 times 7 is hours.
192.
192, really?
I think so.
So that times 60 minutes.
That's right.
And then that times 60 seconds away. 59. All right. Thanks, guys.
Have a good night, everybody. I don't know why I saluted.
All right. And we're clear.